Hi, I'm V and Happy New Year in advance. I can't believe this year has just gone by like that. It just seemed like yesterday that, I started doing these videos and I started my blog and, it's been a year. It's insane how this year's gone by. So much has happened this year. It's more good than bad, and for that, I'm grateful. But yeah, now we're at the end of the year and it's time for the New Year Eve. I, of course, have very important plans, a special date with a thick pair of socks, a mug of hot cocoa, and my book. But say if I was going out in the evening, then this is the look that I would choose. So it's just like a really stunning smoky eye with nude lips and something super cool for the club. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to begin with my eyes. Luckily, I was just thinking, what am I going to do for New Year? Blah, blah, blah. I just got this like Caviar and Rubies eyeshadow kit from Bobbi Brown yesterday, like literally yesterday in the mail. And it's got this beautiful blue shade, which I plan to do my eyes with. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to brush on this blue. No, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pat a little bit of foundation on my eyes so that I can get a really nice opaque color. Sometimes our lids are a little bit dark and you don't get that pure color because you haven't concealed your lids properly, and especially because this is a new year look, I want like a really nice intense color. Okay, so this is what I've done. Then the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to brush on the blue color on my lids. Wish me luck. So as you can see, this is not like a really 80s blue. It's like a really like a midnight, almost black blue. I think if you layer it on, you can get like a more bluey shade than a black shade. So I'm just applying it all over my lids and then brushing it back and forth to blend it. I'm going to do the same on the other lid, and then I'm going to come back for another coat of blue. The thing about intensity is that you can increase or decrease it just by layering. Even though this is quite a pigmented kit, and even with very pigmented kits, I feel like if you want darker color, then you should just like layer it. Okay, so I'm just brushing it back and forth. Brushing it back and forth here also. We will do this later. I'm just going to add some black also here later. So we will finish this later. I want to first layer on more blue. So I'm just taking a little bit more on my brush and putting it all over my lid. Making sure my lid is nice and pigmented. This kind of blue looks really good with brown eyes. It's not like a very bright blue. It's almost like a black blue. So it makes your brown eyes look more sparkly. Does that make sense? I mean, it just makes your eyes sparkle a little bit more, this kind of a color. Like a deep blue, almost midnight blue like this, a sort of black like this, a blackish purple like something similar to this will just make your eyes sparkle that much more. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black from this quad and I'm going to look into my mirror and I'm going to put it literally on my brow bone. Okay, we'll blend it with a different brush. All right. These are subtle differences that only you can see, but I feel these subtle differences is all what good makeup is about. Okay, I'm taking it out in a winged shape. And then I'm going to blend it in. First we have like put like really pigmented eyeshadow, and then I'm going to blend it in. I'm going to take this other brush, and then with this brush, which has no product on it, I'm going to blend this eyeshadow. I'm quite impressed with this eyeshadow because there's no fallout. Usually there's so much fallout because, you know, these are powder eyeshadows at the end of the day. But I'm really impressed with this because there is no fallout under my, or barely any fallout under my lids. Same thing I'm going to do on the other side. Using a clean brush. I'm just doing this because I want as sharp a line as I have on the other eye. And then I'm just going to blend it. Okay. I have blended both the eyes. And then there is this sparkly silver here. I'm just going to take that on my fingertip. Just going to dab it. You know, almost like stars on a midnight blue sky. That's the effect you want. Just a touch of sparkle, not too much. So I'm just taking it on my finger and I'm just going to dab it on my lid. Like this. And then just one more coat of this black eyeshadow, so we don't lose that little bit of a contour that we've created. Oops, just dabbed it in the other one. Okay, so just one coat of this to enhance that contour that we've created on our lids. Okay, I'm just being a little more careful today about my makeup because it is for the New Year Eve. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of eyeliner to just give some definition to my lid. I haven't got like the really ultra black eyeliner. I've got this new brownish eyeliner because I still want that softness. Just close to my lid. I want all the silver sparkles not to be visible on my lash line. So this liner is just doing that. And a little bit of definition on the side. Same thing I'm going to do here. I don't want any sparkles on my lash line because it just looks like a little untidy. And then I'm just going to use it to kind of just redefine the shape of my eyeshadow. Mascara and brow pencil. Where is my brow pencil? I just used it. Here it is. I'm just going to nicely fill up my brows with it. Remember to use short strokes. This is really my go-to brow pencil, the Uemura Heart Pencil number 9. It just, you can literally draw on brows with this, even for people who have no hair. And it looks really natural. Comes without like a spoolie brush on the other side, which just goes to show that with a good brow pencil, you don't need all those extras. Okay, so make your brows sort of similar in terms of shape. They obviously can't be identical to each other. Now that I've done the eyes, now I'm going to do my base. because I just did not want any sort of fallout on my foundation. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Smashbox primer on my cheeks. This is like a pore pore minimizing. Yes, that's the word. I'm just taking this much, and if I require more, then I will take more. But when it comes to primers, just keep it at the bare minimum. I like this primer actually. I can see it just like immediately is like minimizing my pores. Obviously on your nose, center of the forehead, and center of the chin. I don't like to apply primer like from one corner of my face to the other. Now that I've got this, I'm going to use a little bit of foundation. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Cushion Foundation because it gives like a really glowing look, which is how I want to be on New Year's Eve, on my imaginary New Year's Eve, because we all know that I'm staying at home and reading my book. But if I were to go out, I would want to look nice and glowing. So this foundation is great for that. I'm also going to use it under my eye, and if I require, oops, what have I done? Okay, I'm not going to use it under my eye. I'll use something else under my eye. I'm just going to use it all over my face because it's really nice, natural looking foundation, as you can see. And then down the center, and okay, there is some little bit of fallout which I will just remove right now. And then I'm going to use the foundation stick under my eyes and on specific areas. Don't over conceal anything because then your face will look like a mask, and that's something we don't want. So I must remember to put mascara, which I haven't till now. I'm just talking to myself right now, just reminding myself, because sometimes I just forget. Around the mouth, not going to powder my face because I already have a pore minimizing primer, and they usually like keep your skin matte also. First, I'm going to just apply mascara. Again, my MAC 3D, somebody really needs to take it away from me, otherwise I'm never going to stop using this mascara. It's just so fabulous. And my videographer gave me this mascara. It's such a wonderful discovery. Especially for parties, it's really nice. You can apply a second coat also. It looks quite stunning with the second coat. And I got this really nice highlighter, part of the same Caviar and Rubies collection. This is their new highlighter by Bobbi Brown. So I'm going to use this on my cheeks in a very precise manner. It's like a really beautiful gold that is wonderful for Indian skin tones and darker skin tones also. So I'm using it on the tops of my cheekbones very precisely with a blending brush. And then I'm going to take it from my temples down to the side of my brows. A little bit on the bridge of my nose. I don't like to apply it on the tip, but if you like to apply it, go right ahead. And this is my glow. After this, I want some cheekbones. So I'm going to take my favorite Victoria Beckham bronzer, which is matte. And matte bronzers are the ideal bronzers to contour your cheeks with. So I'm just going to subtly contour my cheeks. So I put this line and then blend it upwards, never downwards. I mean, that's just what I feel. If you find better results blending it downwards, go right ahead. I just feel like when you blend it upwards, it gives your face a lifted look. Okay, last but not least is lipstick. I bought this new Shiseido nude lipstick and I'm like completely obsessed with this color. It is such a beautiful, beautiful nude, and Shiseido's lipsticks I love because they're so moisturizing and creamy. It's like one of my favorite nude shades. It's rose something, rose crush, I think. I'm going to put the details below. Oops. So yes, if I was going out on New Year's Eve, then this would be my look. Midnight blue eyes with a little bit of shimmer, nude lips and contoured cheeks. Try it out. It's easier than it looks.